Hey y'all, you're watching Portie's Garage. I was getting ready to do some lower trim restoration here on the Mustang, and as I peeled it away, to my surprise, got a whole lot of rust here. Thinking this door is far beyond salvaging, so I hit up Marketplace, started looking for people parting out Mustangs, and I found this. It's a black door. It's from an 87, so a little bit newer than my car, but it should all fit together. It really isn't that much better than my old one. You'll see there's a lot of rust down here, but hey, I got both doors for $100, so we're gonna see if we can clean up some of this, get it back to normal, and get her put on this car. So let's start by addressing this rust issue down here and see what we can do to clean it up. We're gonna start with the old wire wheel attachment on the grinder here. Try and grind away as much of this rust flakes as we can, get down to some bare metal so we can start treating it. Try and keep this rust from coming back anytime soon. Here's how we're looking now. We got a lot of it cleaned up. We do have some holes in here and some rough edges and some stuff peeling up here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the actual grinder, see if I can smooth some of this out, get us a nice surface ready to throw some stuff on it. As I was grinding away, I started feeling some spots that almost felt loose. So I started peeling these up and had a bunch of rust underneath. So we're not going to get far if we keep rust trapped in between two pieces of metal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Dremel cutoff wheel and zip these off here, and then we'll grind them down, make them smooth, and get ready to move on. So after grinding and cutting and wire brushing and everything under the sun, here we stand. Pretty clean, got a lot of the rust away. However, there is now nothing holding the door skin to the door frame. All that was rusty and had to go. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I picked up some JB weld and I'm going to stuff it in here and just kind of JB weld these pieces together. I mean, it's not structural, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I just want something to hold it together so it's, you know, at least seemingly one piece. And 24 hours later, our JB weld is nice and solid. Probably used a little too much. A lot of it squirted out of the seam here, but hey, we got a real sturdy bond here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up with some sandpaper, and then we'll get ready to see what we can do about reversing some of this rust. Now that we got all of our JB weld nice and smoothed out here, we're gonna move on to some rust dissolver. It says it's a powerful formula that inhibits rust. So we'll see how this goes. It says to use some water to break the surface tension, spray it on, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then we'll rinse it off and see what we got. Rinse that rust dissolver off, and I'll be damned. This actually took a lot of it off. Nice to see some shiny metal here. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and clean this with some soap and water, and since the sun's going down in about 30 minutes, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some Bondo work. It's the next day, we're nice and dry. ready to start filling in some of these holes and rust divots here. So what I'm using is Bondo, not ordinary Bondo though. I'm using the fiberglass filler. The regular Bondo actually holds water, so if I got Bondo in here, it got wet, it would just hold water against this rust and accelerate the rusting process, which we don't want to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead, mix up some of this fiberglass, and we're gonna layer on here nice thin layers, try and fill it in, and hopefully we'll have a door that's looking brand new in no time. First layer done. Looking pretty good. We got our holes covered up here and a nice smooth base here. I think I'll keep working, throw on another layer or two, and then we'll sand her down and start getting ready for paint. Here's after our one layer. I sanded it down with some 80 grit. Dare I say it, we're actually looking pretty good. There are a few spots like right in here where I sanded through, and you can kind of see the two pieces of metal. And I did go a little bit too heavy above this rust spot here. So we'll throw on another layer, but after that, I think we're gonna call it good. I mean, this is the bottom of a door, so it's not like anyone's gonna be doing a lot of looking at it. I could do a little more sanding, and I could put some actual regular Bondo over it, but I think this is gonna do for the bottom of a door. Well, did another layer, did some more sanding, and I'm going to call this good enough. It's the underside of a door. No one's really going to see it anyways. I just don't want this rust to come back anytime soon. So what I'm going to do next, spray a little rust reformer on this. We still got some spots, some pitting here. It's supposed to instantly convert rust into a protected paintable surface. So can't hurt to add a little bit of this. After that, we'll start priming and get ready for paint. We are sufficiently covered. Stopping that rust right in its tracks. Now it's time to start using some filler primer here. See if we can get these ridges and stuff down. Again, not gonna try and make it perfect. It's the bottom of a door, but we're putting in work. We might as well do it somewhat right. Basically, from the moment I broke out the spot filler, I knew I was putting too much work in on the bottom of a door. But hey, here we are. Practice makes perfect, and it's a good spot to mess up on. But you can see some of our little rust pits in here and around are definitely filled up now. This took a lot of work. We'll not talk about that. But hey, we're looking pretty good. It's about time to re-primer and hit her with some wet sand again. Get ready to throw some black paint on this. And there we are after another round of wet sanding. We're looking good. It's gonna be the smoothest, cleanest underside of a door this side of the Mississippi. Now I'm gonna hit it with some black paint, and we'll check back in and see how the final product's looking. And there you go. With a little bit of grinding, cutting, bondoing, sanding, and painting, we got a bottom of a door that doesn't quite look like Swiss cheese anymore. It is important to note, I'm not expecting this to be a permanent repair. Really the only way to, for real, get rid of rust is cut it out, weld some new stuff in, but it's really nice to do a little experiment. We'll see how long it lasts before that rust rears its ugly head again. Now all I gotta do is figure out how I'm gonna swap these doors and really hope everything fits together. So, hey, hope you liked watching. If you want any more content like this, hit us with a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.